So in today's video, we're going to be going through the full FC25 calendar and giving you guys an insight with everything to come in the next month. So between now and the 6th of October, I'm going to be uploading a daily free eafc25 trading guide. This will include everything to do on the web app to make as many coins as possible with both trading and investing. I'll be talking about the full release, what we expect to see regarding the market, and there'll also be a daily updated investing guide, all in there, updated every day for free. No gimmicks whatsoever, all you gotta do is click on the Google Docs link on the top link of the description. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is walking you guys through the FC25 calendar and everything we expect to go and see in the next month regarding information, regarding stuff actually being released, regarding, I guess, content and so on. So where we are going to start is the present day, what we've had so far. So far we've had two things that have been released. The first of that is we've already had the full 16,000 card database, I guess, unofficially released. That comes in the form of Foot Scoreboard. Foot Scoreboard went and has a app and has an iOS app and an Android app. For some reason they don't have a website. I think it might be because of monetization reasons. And basically they've got themselves all of the stats for, again, 16,000 players. And recently this has been backed up by EA that it's basically legit, because EA released a Buffon. EA officially announced their first icon, which was Buffon, and that is the exact same as the Buffon that was leaked by them, or Buffon from their database, literally must have been around about a week and a bit ago. There we go. So the Buffon there, we can see, has the exact same stats as the Buffon on the left. You can see 94 diving to 94 diving, 86 handling to 86 handling, 78 kicking, 78 kicking, and you get the gist, same rating and so on. So we basically already have a 16,000 player database already. I say, sadly there's no website for it, but there is an app on iOS and on Android. This means that we're a lot further through the schedule than previous years. Previous years it would take about a week, maybe in a week and a bit for a database to get leaked. But the whole player ratings database has literally been leaked about three and a half weeks prior to the game, which is just insane. But it does mean we can do a lot of prep as traders, which is good. But then, so we expect EA to start officially releasing icons over the next week in terms of stats. We then expect them to go and drop the players' stats around about the 9th. Again, they kind of did this last year. If I can go and find, this is last year's one. They basically just slowly released all the ratings, but obviously, as I say, it doesn't really make any difference because we've already got them all leaked. So up until going through the icons and the the icons and the player ratings, the leaks aren't too amazing. Regarding other stuff that's already been announced, EA's official pitch notes for Ultimate Team and obviously all the other game modes is already out. So if you guys do need to clue yourself up a little bit about FC25, all you gotta do is just Google FC25 Ultimate Team Deep Dive, and what I do is there's a 3-minute video explaining stuff like Ultimate Team, the new player roles and stadiums and whatever. So yeah, loads of stuff included there. A lot of stuff about Rush, obviously the new 5v5 game mode they're really pushing, so if you're interested about learning about that, there's stuff on that. We scroll down and then they start talking about the new player roles. This is something I need to do a bit more research and learn a bit more about next year, because I do think it might increase the value or decrease the value of certain players. If you guys aren't aware, basically we used to have obviously player instructions, and player instructions used to let's say make an right back an attacking right back, or a stay back right back. Well, now instead of that, they now will either excel in certain positions and excel in other positions. So Trent, for example, excel more as an attacking right back, but if you choose to have him a right back that stays back, you won't play as well. Again, loads and loads and loads of information about all the sort of variations and that kind of go into, or that links into FIFA IQ. We then have a little bit more about Evos and so on and so on. So yeah, loads and loads of information. It's just this information has been out for about a week and a bit already, so it's nothing too new unless you haven't checked it out. So that has us all the way through to there. We then move on to FC24 web app closing. So for you guys who are grinding loads and loads of SBCs via Pale Tools fully relies on the web app and the companion app, and both of those are expected to, the web app and companion app are expected to close 1 week prior to the web app opening. The web app is expected to open on the 18th, meaning we think the web app for the current FIFA is going to go and close on the 11th. So you've got 8 days to go and complete SBCs and objectives on the web app to your heart's extent. So yeah, basically you've got only a week left of the current web app being out. We then move on to the 12th, which is interesting because that is when performances in football can count towards the Team of the Week 1, of course. I do believe we're going into an international break this weekend, but I think by next weekend, I think we're back to domestic league football, which kind of sucks actually, because international breaks makes really good Team of the Weeks because there's a lot more mismatches. For example, you'll have something like Egypt versus some god-awful, African team. Likewise, you'll have like France playing against Lithuania, whereas obviously, I wouldn't exactly, the Ligue 1 is maybe not the most competitive anyway, but obviously some of the French players who play in the Ligue 1 would have a lower chance of getting a Team of the Week against another Ligue 1 team than they would against Lithuania, one of the, I think, lowest ranked teams out there. So, yeah, we would have taken an international one, but at the same time, if you have domestic league, it means that all the dynamic images are going to be related to the leagues, which I guess are nice. We then move on 2 more days to the launch pitch notes. And the launch pitch notes, if you guys aren't aware, are actually really, really big in terms of, I guess us getting information about the game. So the launch pitch notes, these are the ones we did go and get ourselves last year. These come about 5 days before the web app comes out, and they give us loads and loads of information. They talk about the first few promos. For example, here they talk about the Nike Mad promo, which was absolutely awful, but I guess better than nothing. And then they also talk about the Road to the Knockout Stage promo. So we get our literally knowledge about the first 2 promos. I'll be honest with you, it's very likely that we go and get a Road to the Knockout Stage promo on the first week this year because the cards are all leaked. As in the Road to Knockout Stage cards are all leaked in terms of the card designs. And yeah, it's always been traditionally a very, very early promo. It's a really good promo, so I'm happy about that. So yeah, they talk a little bit about the promos coming out. They talk about when the web app and companion app coming out. So the web app last year came out on the 20th. Companion app came out on the 21st. Well, this year, because the game comes out 3 days earlier, we anticipate, again, a few days earlier for that. So around about the 17th, 18th is what we can expect. Now, a lot of people did panic about the web app last year because there were no tradable packs. Well, we actually managed to go from 0 to 20k. We're practically doing 0 trading whatsoever just by abusing a bunch of objectives. Again, we'll cover that in some later videos. But yeah, the web app can be a bit more exciting than just going on there and opening some untradable packs because there is stuff you can go and do on there. So yeah, regarding the information we're going to go and get around about the 14th, we've got ourselves stuff about the new promos. They talk about the season pass. That'll be interesting this year because, of course, there's a paid season pass and a free season pass. We then have champions and rivals. Talk about the rewards there. Then they go into a bit more information about Evo. So this is all kind of semi-new information. Some stuff's new, some stuff is just reiterating what they've told us in the past. Then they talk about how they've changed Team of the Weeks. Then they talk about icons. Then they talk about heroes. Then they talk about women's football. They then talk about how women's football can be in Evos, which no one cares about. Then they talk about the esports scene, the founders stuff, and then pre-season rewards. So the stuff we've been going for the last week. So yeah, should be loads and loads of information. But again, that I was just showing you FC 24's one. FC's 25 one should be coming. I think we were saying around about the 13th to 14th, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, around about the 14th. So then we go a few days and nothing comes out, but then the thing we've all been waiting for around about the 17th is when we expect the web app. Like I say, last year the game came out on the 23rd, the web app came out on the 20th, so we kind of expect that the game will come out on the 20th, which means the web app will come out in literally 14 days time, 2 weeks time. How very, very exciting. Well, it'll either come out on the 17th or it'll come out on the 18th, and that'll be alongside Team of the Week 1. So, like I was saying, a week prior that is when people can get Team of the Weeks, and then we got Team of the Week 1. This is Team of the Week 1 from last year. It was very nice. There's a few players here went on to being absolutely legendary cards. Well, Kachawi did. And then you've obviously got Lewandowski, Dybala, Doku ended up being a really legendary card by the end of FIFA. Lamptey was quite important because, of course, that Kudos link pretty early. I remember we see the Hummels, and Hummels had like a plus 15 pace, and that was pretty big. So, yeah, there was quite a lot of information and quite a lot of interesting things regarding Team of the Weeks. One thing I think we do have on there is we get the Team of the Week. That can be from the week before. The following day, we then go and get the companion app. So again, the web app is for PC or like for desktop and like laptops and so on. Companion app is for iOS, Android, and so on. The next day is the Ultimate Edition. We know that the Ultimate Edition is being released then because EA has already told us that. We can see right here on the official website saying the Ultimate Edition is released on the 20th. The Ultimate Edition, but on the PCs are released on the 20th. EA Play, which is basically the Ultimate Edition, but you only get 10 hours and you pay like £3 for it, is released then. And then obviously the Standard Edition comes on the 27th. Now the Ultimate Edition, people are going to be getting 4.6k FIFA points, a player Evo, and a loan. On top of that, they'll be getting these new club coins, so that'll be interesting. And yeah, it's very, very interesting for the market. But I'm actually going to go back to the calendar, because this is actually our Team of the Week 1 buy day. Again, we're not going to put too much trading stuff in here, but yeah, Team of the Week 1s were really, really good to go and buy. I believe it was the day of the Ultimate Edition / the day after or the day before the Ultimate Edition. So if I go and grab Kachawi and I go and grab, I think, Lamptey are really good examples, we can see that, bring this in, we can see that Kachawi on day 1 of the web app was up there at, well, day 1 of the web app was actually a day before that. We can see she was then 154, we can then see she was 104, then 117, and then rose after that. So 2 days after the web app came out, 2 to 3 days after the web app came out, and then she literally almost doubled in a few days. Now this occurred because people went and got themselves the 4.6k FIFA points, and there was a significant more amount of people wanting to buy and use Kachawi than there were amount of people who wanted to go and who were packing her. So yeah, there was a really, really good, nice rise on the whole market. And if we go back here, we can see that is why the buy time on Team of the Weeks was the day of the Ultimate Edition, or the evening before the Ultimate Edition came out. So there's that. We then have that EA Players release. We've already covered that, and we also go and get the Origin Heroes. So if you've pre-ordered, you are going to go and get your Origin Heroes. Those are going to be the slightly lower versions of the Heroes, of course, headlined by Hazard, Yaya Toure, and I believe it's the vast majority of the new Heroes. Although I imagine EA is going to keep some of the old ones. We then get a few days, and obviously the web app is out, the Ultimate Edition's out, we'll be getting Evos, we'll be getting SBCs, we've got stuff like the Kevin De Bruyne, and then we go and hit on the Wednesday, and this is kind of like Wednesday and Thursday, and this is when probably our first investments of Team of the Weeks are going to go and peak. So of course, Friday's when the Ultimate Edition came out. Then they rebounded, and then you got you got the Tuesday there, which is when they peaked. Now, kind of what seemed to happen is more people panic bought these Team of the Weeks and then actually demanded them, because when they went out of packs, they actually went and dropped. This is a very normal trend. People think that Team of the Weeks rise out of packs, whereas a lot of times they'll actually peak before they rise out of packs, because people are anticipating loads of people wanting them, and then actually not as many people wanted them. So there was literally doubling your coins opportunity there, and that was buying 2 days after the web app came out. Yeah, 1 day before the Ultimate Edition, although buying on the Ultimate Edition wasn't bad, and then going and selling on the following Tuesday. So that was one of our first market opportunities. We then moved to there, and that's also the market peaks. The market peaks 1 day before before the Standard Edition comes out. I think this is because when the Standard Edition comes out, that's when we get our first promo. So at the beginning, there's a lot of concentration, a lot of demand around the gold cards. And then eventually what happens is there's new promo cards, there's a lot more promo packs being opened, there's probably new Evos, SBCs, and then the demand for the promo cards kind of stops. So for example, last year the Ultimate Edition came out on the 27th. So you can see before the Ultimate Edition, we saw Saliba go from 46 all the way up there to 68k. And then as soon as the Ultimate Edition dropped, he dropped all week. And then didn't rebound until, I guess, people were building their weekly teams, getting coins for the following weekend. So yeah, the market is also, and this is basically for the vast majority of gold cards. So also, because we've got the free trading guide, I've also created a spreadsheet of when the cards seem to peak. And if we go and look at the cheap cards, we can see that they start dropping on the 27th, which again was the full release of the game. We can see that the cheap heroes seem to peak on the full release of the game right there. We can then go and see that the mid heroes went and peaked again 1 day before the Ultimate Edition. We can then go and see that expensive heroes went and peaked on 3 days later. We can then go and see that the cheap Team of the Weeks never rose. We can see that the mid Team of the Weeks, they went and peaked on the 26th with these cards, and I believe the same with here. So The Team Weeks 1s went and peaked on basically the Tuesday, Wednesday before the full release, whereas a lot of the gold cards, maybe an exception to a few top-end heroes, icons, and very top-end gold cards, all went and peaked on the 26th before the release of the game. So yeah, we should see the market go and peak before the Ultimate Edition, so you do want to make sure you go and sell this stuff. Then on the 27th, we do go and have the Standard Edition coming out, and when we expect to go and get Road to the Knockout Stage. Road to the Knockout Stage is not guaranteed to be the first promo, but it is just very, very favoured to go and be the first promo. And that, I would say, about wraps that up. So hopefully it's giving you guys an insight on when stuff comes out, when you can go and log on the web app, when we can start getting players, can start getting team weeks, and so on and so on. I do actually have to say thank you very much to Foot Mentor for making the original. Obviously I've gone and added a few things regarding trading on there. But yeah, he did create the original graphic, so thank you very much for that. But that is going to be that. Again, we're going to have videos in the next week talking about how you can trade on the web app, how you can prep yourself for the web app, how I make coins even without doing any trading on the web app, then what we expect to do regarding trading on console. And then obviously once the game is out, we'll have loads of investing. But we're still kind of 2 weeks away until the web app is out, so still plenty of time to prep you guys and get you guys in the know. So thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.